Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. That is Atlanta, Georgia behind me. I'm down here for a lawyer conference, all sorts of fun. Before heading out to Las Vegas, we will be in Las Vegas starting Sunday all the way through Friday for SHOT Show. If you see us down there, please make sure to come by and say hello. Haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about the pistol brace rule in a long time. Thank God. Got really sick about talking about that. But it appears that perhaps the final death blow is about to be dealt to that horrific piece of ATF rulemaking authority. It appears that our friends at the Firearms Policy Coalition have absolutely decided that they're going to go for the kill shot. They have filed for a motion for summary judgment. So let's geek out on that for a couple minutes and let's talk about what it means. So today, from Atlanta, Georgia, let's talk about, is the pistol brace rule about to get the kill shot? Okay, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, we are talking about the case of Mock v. Garland. Mock v. Garland was a challenge to ATF's pistol brace rule, which ended up in the Fifth Circuit, which ended up resulting in a permanent nationwide injunction against enforcement of that rule. Now, even though the ATF and the United States government has filed for a motion for summary judgment, it appears that what's good for the goose is also good for the gander as well, because the Firearms Policy Coalition has in fact decided to file for a summary judgment motion. Now, what makes the Firearm Policies Coalition one so much more important? Well, two things. Number one, that's the side we're rooting for. But number two, let us remember that there's already been a permanent injunction, which means the court has already found that not only will all named plaintiffs, and in this case anyone who owns a braced firearm, suffer irreparable harm, but also that the plaintiffs are likely to prevail on the merits. And that is the critical issue. Let us also remember that a summary judgment is basically where one side goes to the court and says, hey, you know what, judge, listen, there is no dispute as to what any of the facts are, and there is really no dispute as to the applicability of the law or what the law says or means, and so therefore, let's just dispense with even having a trial, and let's go straight to judgment. And we believe that because of all of that, we are entitled to a judgment as a matter of law. Now, it's a motion which is filed in many, many civil cases and is not oftentimes granted, but I sincerely believe that the Firearms Policy Coalition is about to, in fact, give the pistol brace rule its kill shot. Now, we're going to go ahead and link up all the pleadings and the motion for summary judgment down below so that you can geek out on it for yourself. But just to give you a couple of quick highlights as to what the plaintiffs are claiming here, the ultimate resolution of this motion, and therefore this case, is straightforward. The court has already recognized that the Fifth Circuit's ruling establishes that plaintiffs have demonstrated a fortiori, an actual success on merits of their APA challenge to the final rule. Law of the case bars defendants' efforts to relitigate what the Fifth Circuit has already decided. Accordingly, summary judgment must be entered in plaintiff's favor, and because the final rule is invalid, the Fifth Circuit precedent compels the final rule be vacated. And with that previous ruling from the Fifth Circuit, the plaintiffs are absolutely positively legally correct here. FPC spokesman Cody Wisniewski was also quoted after the motion was filed as stating, ATF has already lost this case, and now that briefing is coming back to a close, we look forward to the court ruling in favor and ending this attack on the natural and constitutionally protected right of millions of peaceable individuals. Now, when the court is likely to rule on that summary judgment, it remains to be seen. However, if the court were to grant FPC's motion, they would essentially rule on the merits of this case in favor of the plaintiffs, find that the rule is unconstitutional, that it violates everything contained in the Administrative Procedural Act, therefore it is null and void. The only remedy then would be vacatur of the rule. The Fifth Circuit would rule as such. Obviously, the United States government would appeal to the United States Supreme Court. My prediction is that the United States Supreme Court would decline review of this case, thus making the Fifth Circuit's ruling the law of the land. Folks, I honestly believe that the pistol brace rule is about to suffer its final death blow. Listen, we'll go ahead and link up everything down below so that you can geek out on it for yourself. In the meantime, if you guys got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of your Second Amendment rights, you should know how to get a hold of Washington Gun Law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information is right down there in the description box. Now, in the meantime, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.